We're getting better.
Taking my headphones off. Get naked.
Thanks, guys.
I'm going to get naked.
Oh.
For all other inquiries, please press play.
We have GoPros in every corner. Nope. All of our bellies will be out.
The belly out.
Belly out. Or belly up.
That could be pretty cool.
Belly up would be a good podcast. Someone would jack that shit.
The belly up podcast.
Yeah, if we have a side off-brand podcast, Belly Up
I love it.
with Barbo and Binky. And you need a sidekick named Binky.
And he's just always going, what up, boss?
Yeah.
Hey, boss, what do we got to do?
He works for you, but you don't pay him anything.
Yeah. Well, welcome to All of the Inquiries, the show where India loves us as a podcast. Here sitting with two of my best friends, Matt Melia and Colin Murphy. Welcome to the show. Now, India does love us according to our demographic statistics. It's nothing to shy away from, as they are giving me like the don't say that shit line.
No, well, I just think it's the wrong country. I think it's Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Wait, that's not in India?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Showing your
Fact check.
work.
I could have sworn that was in India.
Is it?
Yeah, we're gonna fact check
It
this
is?
real quick.
Bangladesh.
And we're going to fact check this while we're on that topic. Just want to make sure we do not condone white ignorance. We are trying our best here. Please stay with us. Oh,
they're
India
they're
slash
South
Bangladesh.
Asian neighbors. Wow.
They're neighbors. Okay,
All right,
close
well,
enough.
so excuse
close.
me.
No
Cool.
issue. Continue on. With
All
your
right.
intro.
Anyways, I think we're gonna start this podcast just by reading what's in the news lately. Just the headlines, not even the stories, baby.
Oh, okay.
Who's who?
Oh well, that's Colin Murphy and you're
Right.
Matt Melia. I
Oh,
said
of
that
course.
said that about 20 seconds ago.
Oh, I'm
Just
sorry.
wanna-
Well, we've known each other for years at this point. Colin, I haven't not known you as long, but still one of my really great friends. We're shaking hands. You can't hear it on the podcast, but we're
Yeah.
shaking hands. Really
Could you
big people.
could you feel it though? Could you feel
feel
the
it?
chemistry?
Oh God, I love local marketing. Can you just see on this? Look at that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So the first headline that we have, real quick, just going to be a real quick segment here. South Africa, poachers killed by elephant, then eaten by lions. That's a good one.
Oh, I saw that. Deserved it. Awesome.
Yeah.
deserved
Should
it.
be way more of that.
Here's a good one too. I was dying laughing about this. R. Kelly was pleased with his passionate Gayle King interview. Hilarious. Next headline: Arizona murder suspect impersonated victim for weeks. Brother says.
Wait, so he killed someone and then pretended to be that person he
Yeah,
killed.
in Arizona,
Wow.
and then got caught for it.
Whoa.
That's deep. That's deep South shit right there.
Another one. Turkey crashes through windshield on Cape Cod. Love it. And I like how they got the on Cape Cod and not in Cape Cod. Very
They
correct.
got it right.
Yeah, good for
they
them.
got it right.
And this is a Boston news website too. Good for them. I'm actually really happy to see that. Good for them.
Yeah. NBC Boston kind of is a powerhouse now. Now, I just want to make sure
That's just dangerous.
is the woman all right?
Oh, she got hurt. No, she was hurt. And the turkey did not survive the crash,
Yeah,
sadly,
unfortunately.
as Sandwich police reported.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, elderly woman. So, that's too bad. And then a burger went to space, I guess. But it could be an April Fool's joke.
We don't
or-
know for sure. Yeah, the
Yeah.
burger could have went to space.
Yeah, speaking of burgers too, we actually we've been trying to do this tradition where we like go to a restaurant and eat, toss some ideas around and then kind of see.
Do a little food review, whatever. Experience review as well.
We're foodies, we can't help it, right? And so we went to this place called R.F.O. Sullivan's, and like the dudes got to my house, Colin and Matt got to my house, and we were like, "Where should we go eat?" And I was like, "Guys, just watch this video." And I think it should explain. So I think we have that video.
We have that clip,
further
Colin. Can we get that clip up?
Ew.
Colin, can we get that clip up?
All right, so this is R.F.O. Sullivan's Somerville Phantom Gourmet review.
Guy's fucking hilarious.
R.F.O. Sullivan's is a place you come to have a burger. Either rare,
burger.
well done, medium. We do it your way.
But it's not Burger King.
Love this.
I'm Richard Sullivan, and this is R.F.O. Sullivan.
Good music.
Sullivan's are like a homey type of place. We have students, we have business people, we have lawyers, we have doctors.
Just
we get
covers them
people
all.
from all around the world to
Love
come here.
it.
We're in a great location near Harvard University, and people hear
got
about us,
lawyers.
people talk about us, and people come to see us. 25 years ago, I decided in this area, people either liked roast beef or a burger. I went the burger route because there's so many different
kills
options
me.
you can do with the burger.
People
But
like
the
to-
whole
can we
thing is
pause
the
it for a
quality of
second?
the meat, the way it's cooked, and that's what I do.
Hold on, is this a Squish
This
the
meat
burger?
is fresh. It's not delivered by a truck. I picked this meat up just
Hold on,
enough
hold on.
to
This
get
is the
us
best
through
part.
a couple of days. Nothing is frozen. Everything's handmade here. Handmade fries. Everything's cut fresh. There's no freezer involved
Listen,
here whatsoever.
He's selling you, the
He is.
listeners.
He
Like,
makes
come
me
on.
want to go there.
No freeze
No
in the
freezer.
building.
First rule, I tell, don't squish my burgers. Please don't fork the burger. If
Don't
you fork the
fork
burger,
it.
you're taking the juice out of the burger. Someone wants a rare burger, they want to taste the juice. Someone wants a medium rare burger, they want to taste the juice. If you want it well done, go ahead, eat it well done. We will fork it, we will squish it, but you'll enjoy it.
Totally jabbing
gonna
to those
judge you.
people.
We're gonna hate
Burgers are
you.
made half pound. It's about 2 inches thick. Takes a while to cook. It does take 20
All right,
minutes
so this-
because
this-
of the size
this
of it. And
guy's,
like I say, we don't squish the burger. So we
A true salesman.
He's unbelievable.
Unreal. So Colin and I had never seen this video. Obviously, Barbo showed it to us.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pumped. Not even halfway through, we're like, we're fucking going here to eat. There's no way we're going anywhere else because of his salesmanship and how good he is and over the top. And he's just so confident. He's
Yeah.
like, listen, people in this area, they like two things. They like roast beef and burgers. That's it.
We don't offer roast beef.
Yeah.
I decided on the burgers.
Oh, I love it. I was so fucking good. And then, yeah, the squish the burger saying, do not squish the burger. You
Don't-
put a fork
Don't
in it.
Fork it. Why
You-
fork? I need to know this.
I know.
I think it's like testing I think it's like as if the cook is maybe looking for the fucking, I don't know.
I can't
Who
eat
knows?
gluten, so I did with no bun, and I fork and knifed it. I was a little worried he was going to come out and be like, get the fuck out of my
Yeah, I
restaurant.
didn't see anyone peeking around the corner like looking
No,
for
he
you.
might have not been in today. He probably spending time with the family.
It's a Sunday. You got to keep the Sabbath day holy,
He was great, though. I mean, that was funny. That
I
was
gotta-
really funny.
I actually got a rare burger because I wanted to feel the taste of juice, as kind of like he said.
Let's review it, by the way.
Yeah, let us. So I started off with a water and a Sprite. Didn't get an alcoholic drink. Didn't regret it.
No, I was going to get a beer, but the other boys did not. They
Yeah.
declined such beverage. So I said, all right, I'm not going to be the only one boozing by myself.
I drank my whole water. I took a sip of the Sprite, and I was like, this is literally the best fucking Sprite I've ever had in my life. It was, really good.
It was pretty good. Fresh off the tap Sprite. Nothing like it.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
So as far as the burger goes, I mean, it was good.
It was juicy.
I wish I could have had it with a bun. It would have been a little better. But I do know either way, I was eating it fork and knife. You guys were eating it bun style. It was messy. It was breaking apart. It was by halfway through, you're like, eh.
Well, you saw me like literally 3 or 4 bites in. I was like, this is almost inedible at this point.
It's a meatball, as Colin said before.
Yeah, like
It's basically a
It's
meatball.
It's an oval meatball.
yeah, like they say
well
they don't
seasoned.
squish the
They
burgers
don't
down.
squish the fucking
They
burgers at all.
don't squish the burger. Dude, this is not a fucking patty.
I actually I like it a little more squished down, and
So do I. I don't
think most
understand.
people do. He was so adamant though of like, do not squish this burger. Do not fork this fucking burger.
Don't even think about it.
I will find you.
don't
You're
even
gonna eat it well
envision
done.
doing it.
Well, you're a piece of shit, and I'm gonna judge you for it. But all right, then stick a fork in
Literally
it. Loser.
said that. Literally said that. Stick a fork in it.
Stick a fork in it. I don't care. Don't come back to my restaurant.
I mean, I think you'd definitely be a great father, but as a restaurant owner,
Good guy.
And by the way, their fish and they also are like coined on their fish and chips too.
It did look good.
And those looked really good. They're London style fish and chips, and they also had they also heavily advertised their root beer floats too, which I did get, and it was good for about 1/3 of the
halfway.
way. Yeah.
I think the whole place it's half a pound burger, but everything is halfway good.
Yeah.
It's like halfway through, then you're like, like seriously,
Oh wow.
the fries I had, they're thick cut,
They
big
were
long boys.
huge.
Picture
I
a
had about half
potato
of those.
cut into like
Eighths,
a
he
potato
said. I
cut
think
into like
I think he
I
said
thought it was
eighths
like 6
or
okay.
something.
That was like 6 or 7.
But
That's awesome.
he was all about he's about the big portion and the whatever. But halfway through the fries, even like the fries were good, but after like a couple of them, you're like, all right, I'm so full.
They were big
Yeah.
though.
They were
Um,
fucking
They're
huge. They were like
wedges,
steak
like-
fries. They were steak
Yeah.
fries.
Yeah.
They were like extra big.
Blocks.
But
They
I
were
did get
French
half-
fried blocks. They were great.
I did get half and half too, which was half onion rings, half fries, and that was really good.
Yeah.
The onion rings
Will,
were pretty
all right,
good.
let's rate it out of 5.
No, out of 10.
You want to do 5? I was going to say 5 stars.
No way.
All right, fuck, dude. I'm trying to
have you
mix
ever
it up.
done?
Everyone
This is-
rates shit out of 10. I'm trying to mix it up for our podcast.
No.
We got a big population in Bangladesh that are listening. They don't know if they want to do 5 stars or 10 stars.
Well,
They
I
don't
just
know.
think when you get to the scale of 1 to 10, it's a much more accurate depiction
Okay,
of.
we'll
Oh,
do
should
out
we
of
give
10.
some context for that? Like we saw where our viewers were.
That's right. We did
Yes.
talk about Bangladesh and then kind of didn't
talk
really
about
address
it at all.
Yes, we shout out to Casey Grace Murtaugh, our fellow producer, and she looked up our whatchamacallit, our demographic really and statistics and who's listening and stuff. We got some listeners on Cape, we got some listeners in the Boston area, whatever. That's great. That makes
mixed
sense
throughout the nation.
Yeah.
You know.
And then for some reason, we're popping in Bangladesh. Like, people are listening and loving it. So shout out to you guys. You're our number one fans.
City
demographic.
of 18 mil.
Looks pretty good in Australia too, I believe, right?
Yeah, Australia was on the list. There
Yeah.
was like a small percentage of people that were listening. So
Yeah.
shout out to everyone, our nationwide listener. This podcast is worldwide listeners. This podcast is only going to get more popping, and it's we're gonna get some sponsors. We got a lot of things coming up. We'll talk about that a little later on.
Yeah.
Casey Grace.
Yeah.
But sorry about that. Sorry
Go
for the
ahead.
interruption. Rating.
Let's rate it, and then let's move on because I have a good topic.
I will say, before we rate it, I think the service was also great. Excuse me. Excuse me. I think the service was also
I don't know about great.
Teddy Grahams.
I
don't know if it was great. I loved her
loved her.
because she was a classic, like, I'm a Boston lady,
waitress.
right?
Like, yeah.
But, okay, so let's take that on to the factor. Atmosphere, actual food, service, environment, whatever, how you want to call it, like getting there and parking and everything. So
I'll
take
start
that
it
whole
off.
into account.
I'll
Go
start
ahead, Tom.
7.0.
Okay.
7.0.
And you can do-
7.2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
That
Yeah,
was-
I'll say, did you say 7.2?
Yep.
I was going to go with that. I think I'll do that.
Really?
Not to copy
Nice.
you. Yeah, no.
No.
No,
Do your thing.
because I think accessibility, not bad, right?
Yeah.
You're in
that's-
Somerville, you can find some street parking.
It was a
It's
nice
not
walk.
bad.
It was a beautiful walk.
Beautiful
Yeah.
day, we get in there. It's a little small,
I didn't expect that.
but
a horseshoe
I didn't either.
shape. Yeah,
It's a
based on
horseshoe
the video,
shape.
I did not
It's a
expect
little
that.
small, which I didn't have a problem with because it wasn't overpacked. If there was some more people there, it would feel a
I
little
would
more
have
cramped.
hated it.
Right.
I would have been like, I don't want to go here.
Yeah. Food wise, not amazing. I don't think the food would drag me back
I
to
think
come
we
there.
should
I
say-
have to come once a week.
I think we should say burger wise because
Right.
I keep
You're right.
going back to the
Burger.
they had a lot of stuff on the menu, but they are coined for their burgers and fish and chips.
But like,
Yeah.
I think it was also like an expectations versus reality thing.
100%.
That
He
video.
was the best salesman ever. I want to go to that because he's a fucking classic
Insane.
Boston guy.
Yeah. Don't squish the bangers down.
I love it. So,
Don't fork it.
yeah. So, all right. So that's an average score. Between 7 and 7.2.
That was R.F.O. Sullivan's in Somerville. Pretty
Yeah.
good spot.
So
the
we'll-
video that we were watching is on Phantom Gourmet on YouTube as
Yeah.
well. So
That's
just
so funny.
type in
Yeah.
R.F.O.
Maybe we'll put
Sullivan's.
the link somewhere in. I don't know. We can do that. Maybe we don't. No, we probably won't do that.
Probably not. That's too
No,
much
look it up
work.
yourself. We probably won't do it. All right. Anyways, moving on. So next podcast we'll be doing more of those. So if you guys have any requests, please send in
Yeah.
anything. I mean, we like to stick around the Somerville, Cambridge area, but we're willing to go anywhere. We'll check anything out in Boston and whatever. So we'll
I
be
had
doing that some reviews. I have one thing really quick.
Okay, go.
This little meme, whatever you call it, kind of trend that was going around with you type in Florida man into Google search, and then you type your birthday into it, and just press search, see what happens, see what comes up. This came out a couple weeks ago. Maybe it's a little too old or whatever, but we're gonna do it anyways. I think it's quick and funny. So
Yeah.
My birthday is March 19th, so I put in Florida man, March 19th. It says squirrel attacks Florida man. Rodent was raised by neighbor. That's pretty good. That makes that piques my interest. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Good. So when I typed mine in, Florida man, August 15th, it just came up as everyone's doing this Florida man challenge. But I think it was because I put 1992 in there too. So let me do August 15th.
Yeah, you kind of
Florida
just
man.
have to like look up if it's not your actual birthday, it'll be like a day or around it.
Yeah, sick challenge, dude.
Yeah, sick
Wow,
challenge.
this is sick.
What did you get?
Florida man wrecks liquor shop, blames caterpillar.
I mean, yeah, it's unreal. That's how this all started. Was people were
Dude,
like,
what? What?
I bet it was.
Wait. All right, what was the context of the caterpillar? How did it?
I was
Did
gonna
it
say
fall off the
A
dashboard or something?
said a hookah smoking caterpillar told him to do it. That's what it says right there.
Oh, that's
my
drugs.
God.
Yeah,
Wow, I
that's
did not
drugs.
even.
A Florida man arrested for destroying a liquor store under construction told the police he was Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, he's
and
all
that a
fucked up.
hookah smoking caterpillar ordered him to attack the site.
Do you-
Wow, $100,000 in damage.
Do you think he was? What drug do you think he was on? Obviously, he was on drugs.
Bath salts. Bath salts is
Bath
like,
salts is big down there.
Yeah.
That's kind of their drug of choice.
Stop kicking my mic.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to be... Yeah.
Colin, did you get yours?
What is it? So you just do Florida Man on your birthday?
Yeah.
No
year.
No year.
Okay. Watch. First one. Florida man carries alligator into convenience store.
That's great.
Jesus
Not bad.
Christ.
Not bad.
That's probably pretty timid for Florida too.
Oh
That's
my God,
probably-
he chases people with a live alligator.
Oh, never
that's
mind.
a different story.
Oh, never mind. That's big time. I'm telling you, man. I think if there was there's a state flower, there's a state bird, state drug would
Yeah.
definitely be bath salts for Florida.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
I couldn't-
no.
I couldn't-
it could-
I remember when that came up a while ago. That was like the state where it
Yeah.
was all happening. all
Well,
the
think
crazy
about it.
stuff.
It's kind of a new drug. I don't know. Sadly, Massachusetts would probably be heroin right now. But you think about it, bath salts is somewhat new in the past however many years or so. I don't.
20, let's say.
Not even. I think it
I have
came
no
out
idea.
not even 10 years ago when we started hearing articles of people on bath salts in Florida eating people's faces and shit.
Yeah, that was the first one that I heard.
That was the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like we were in college.
Yeah. Maybe.
Tom and I are 74 now, so that was 60 years ago.
What are you talking about? I was like, wait, what? Colin's searching how long has bath salts been around. I'm going to say 1928.
Wow.
They were
France.
created in
Really?
France.
The
Yeah.
French.
That's pretty cool.
I thought someone. Oh, but then wait. Popularity in the United States in the 90s.
Wow. Between 04 and 08, these drugs were used in Israel.
Didn't know that.
Also known as Cat or Jeff.
Got it.
Cat or
Okay.
Jeff.
Sounds
Y'all trying to do some Jeff tonight?
You
See,
trying
this
to go
is
see
great.
Jeff?
This is the type of shit we get into on the podcast. We don't
Yeah.
plan for it. We get into it, and we're talking about bath salts.
Pretty good. I had some homework that I think
Yes.
might be anticipated for
Big-
this.
Big time.
Yeah. So I watched Dazed and Confused. And I know you guys gave me like a couple different movies to watch. I think it's one of them might have been like Lord of the Rings. I don't remember the other ones.
But you kind of settled on that.
But I
immediately.
chose Dazed and Confused because I
Right.
really like that whole nostalgic feel of like,
Good vibes.
yeah. It's just I'm super fascinated by that era and like just whatever. So I watched Dazed and Confused. Matthew McConaughey was great. I wonder if you guys can hear these children
Screaming children.
yelling from outside. It's too hot in here to keep the windows closed, so we do apologize. There's a playground near, and you will hear some probably Spanish children yelling from the sidewalk.
That's just our soundboard.
So I watched
They're
I watched
Salvador-
Dazed and Confused,
Salvadorian.
and it was pretty good. Dazed and Confused was pretty
Okay.
good. I will say I am huge on stories and like a plot, and this essentially had none.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Right, but it was something that I could tolerate. I will say, guys, I also bought it for $14.99 on Google Play.
Good.
Wow.
So I have it.
So you
for
have
life.
it now.
Yeah.
See, that's a movie, in my opinion, it's like, it gets better every time you watch it.
Yeah, and it's one of those that like if you quote and talk about with friends and go back and watch it, then it makes it even
It's
better.
even
You
better,
know,
right.
there's a lot of movies like that. But I liked it. It was pretty good.
What would you give it? How would you kind of score it or whatever?
You know what? I'm gonna give it the R.F.O. Sullivan score and just 7.0 out of 10.
Okay.
Any
Yeah.
favorite moments?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Notable quotes?
Notable quotes. I mean, I think the most famous quote in there, and this is what I was highly anticipating hearing from Matthew McConaughey. He was like, "That's the one thing I love about high school girls."
Yeah.
I
get older, they stay the same age. Yeah.
And I just thought,
There's so many quotable lines in that movie, and there's so many
Yeah.
actors that kind of either that was their first film or it was kind of how they got their start if it wasn't their first thing they were in. But it was just,
Right.
for me too, like the nostalgic vintage 70s. Like, I love that era. And you're right, there's not really a plot. The whole plot is like,
it's the last day of school.
it's the last day of school,
that's it.
summer,
And if you-
1976 or whatever, and
Yeah.
they're going to just party. That's the whole goal is
Oh.
they got to party.
My favorite part, and to be quite honest, man, I know he's a Boston guy, Ben Affleck, but I don't give a fuck about Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I don't really care at all about
All right,
Ben
good
Affleck.
transition. Who do you like better, Matt Damon or Ben Affleck?
Well, I was going to tell you my favorite part, so
Okay,
let's
do that first.
detransition and then we'll retransition.
I like it, though.
So when Ben Affleck gets the paint, I assume it's paint, when he gets all the paint dumped on him
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's about to paddle somebody,
Yeah.
and he's just fucking freaking out trying to fight everybody and then ends up driving away. By the way, all the cars in that movie, like I don't know if those were actually were the cars back in that time that everybody drove, but they're all friggin' classics, you know.
No, they are.
They're all just muscle cars that would be worth
cool.
like $80,000 today if they were just kept in the
background,
same
just
position.
chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and it also had a really good soundtrack, which I thought was awesome.
Dope soundtrack.
The first song was good
Sweet Emotion.
Sweet Emotions by Aerosmith, right?
Yeah.
And so I downloaded that immediately. I was like, oh, this is a really great song. But like I said, 7.0 favorite scene was him getting the paint dumped on him because he was a fucking asshole the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I don't really like him in real life because he fucked up Batman, and that is not a role that you can fuck up, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like
I
you
heard-
got
I
to take
heard
that a
about
little bit
that,
more
yeah.
seriously.
That's fair. I
still
didn't
haven't seen
see
it.
I didn't see that, so I can't comment on that thing of
Well,
of
he's
his
not
career.
Batman anymore.
No, I agree.
That's
I know
exactly.
I know it's exactly how
Fucking
that went
dickhead.
down. I like Ben Affleck because of his struggle. I like him because he's now he's in that phase of his life and career where he's just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm a fucking booze bag alcoholic. I like that.
Is he?
The best is the
Yeah.
one picture of him that was a meme that went around of him just looking like shit outside, unshaven, just smoking a cigarette, just all fucked up, hungover and shit. I don't know why that made me like him more.
I mean, I was gonna say we all have those days.
That's what I mean. It makes him more relatable. Where me is
Yeah.
Matt Damon has always kind of been the more clean cut, not maybe proper is not the right word, but little more put together. And Hollywood always been in shit. I know Ben Affleck is too, but where is that picture?
I like Matt.
There it is. Second row. Nope. Second row.
I like Matt Damon.
A little up. Yep, there it is.
On the right. On the right.
On the right.
On the right.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is. That's the picture. Zoom in on that. He's just man, I'm having a fucking
He's wearing
time.
the
got
blue
some
sweater.
Yeah, he's got some man boobs going a little bit. He's
The
smoking a
caption,
cig.
It's Ben Affleck smoking through the pain.
That's it.
Pain of existence.
Smoking through the pain of existence. He's really having a tough time with life. So I know he went to rehab and shit, and he was really struggling, and he's talked about it. But I totally agree with you, Barbo. If I saw that Batman and saw how horribly he did, I would be like, fuck that.
It's following Christian Bale's Batman. It was just not. It just pissed me off.
He's been good in a lot of other stuff, but Batman, that was
you
a
just
mistake.
hold control and scroll in. Bottom left key.
Well, great.
anyways, yeah.
Anyway, great. Yeah, that's awesome. So, you like Matt Damon better?
Oh, 100%, dude. I think
The Martian was a good movie.
Martian was a great movie.
Yeah,
You know it's a
really
true
good.
story, too?
I did know that. That is a good movie.
He
It's
does a
not
lot
true
of human rights stuff too.
Oh,
Matt
he
Damon.
does,
He
yeah.
does a
He does.
ton of stuff. Yeah.
See, but he is more of the clean-cut, nice guy in person. Ben Affleck, there's something a little more mysterious to him when he's got these demons. Do you know what I mean? He's got these demons.
He's got
To
some
me,
struggle.
that's
He's
more
got the struggle,
relatable.
as you
He's
said.
got the struggle.
He's got the struggle.
I just love that headline.
Matt
Ben
Damon
Affleck,
doesn't seem like he's been struggling ever
No.
since they put out.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, he's just like
Ben
oh,
Affleck
okay, I'm
smoking
doing
through
this
the
now.
pain of existence. I love
He
that.
made a cameo in some movie that was really, really low key. It might have been a TV show, but he showed
Matt Damon?
up. Yeah, and it was just hysteric. I think
Fucking Matt Damon.
and he didn't even say that, but it was oh man, I really hope one of you listeners is screaming, sitting in your car right now, yelling the name of the TV show or movie. But he made a really small
Somewhere in
cameo.
Bangladesh.
Yeah. He's like, oh, he's in fucking Silicon Valley for 2 seconds, man.
Piece of shit.
I know somebody knows what he was in, and it was really recent, but I don't know. I
find
forget.
that.
But he does a lot of cameos and shit, and I think he's really funny.
He's good, he's talented.
Didn't he do that Dunkin' Donuts fake commercial too?
No, that was Casey Affleck.
Casey Affleck.
Oh, I
That
thought he was in it. I thought Matt Damon was in it too.
hysterical.
That's one of the best.
Yeah.
Is that really him? Fat?
No way.
Fat Damon?
Dude, that's Photoshop. That's
Yeah.
not-
Oh, I thought they said Fat Damon too. They said Fat Matt Damon.
Yeah.
I like Fat Damon.
That's funny.
Um,
All right, what's next?
well, yeah. So, all right. Colin wants to talk about something temperature-wise.
Oh yeah, I just hate people that talk about the weather. But can we please talk about this weather?
Yeah,
Yeah,
This is unbelievable.
it's great.
it's nice.
Oh.
It's finally happening.
What is it? It's Sunday. and I think it was yesterday.
We're gonna get
people
some-
were like out and about.
Yeah.
It's going to
And-
rain this week, but
I
it's
love it.
finally happening. It's finally happening. We're getting some spring weather. We're feeling it. It's next couple of weeks we'll be blooming,
My legs
making
are
it down the Cape.
my legs are so fucking pale that I'm like not really.
So
looking
weird. Your legs are
forward to wearing-
completely shaved.
I'm just not a hairy person, especially my
good for you.
arms. Look at them; they're just like super.
Well,
Wait.
mine aren't either.
Were you one of those guys that only wore shorts in the winter or no?
I mean, when I was in like 8th grade, yeah,
See, I
Really?
got some hair.
yeah, I used to
Interesting.
only wear shorts. Yeah,
Really?
dude, I didn't wear jeans until I was a sophomore in high school.
No
Wild.
shit,
I didn't-
really?
I swear to
Because
God.
I've seen friends of mine that have very little hair on their legs, and it correlates with wearing shorts all the
I
time.
don't think I pooped
Yeah.
in public until sophomore year of high school.
Wow.
Actually, freshman
I
year
was
of
like
high school.
that too. I was like
Freshman
that
year
too.
of high school.
Oh, I would definitely hold my poops in through school, and
Same.
then like wait till I get home. Or
And then I got through that barrier because it hit me. I was like freshman year of high school, and it was just like I gotta fucking poop.
so there was
Go and you do it, and then after that, it makes it easier.
So
honey.
I got to
Now
the
I'm
point when I was like
pooping in gas stations.
You're
Sorry.
crazy, dude.
No, that's all right. I got to a point like my senior year in high school where I was like, all right, listen, Tom, you can't be holding this in. This is poisonous.
So
You got to figure it out. So
you're pep talking yourself.
yeah. So what I would do is be like really strategic about it, right? Like at DY we had 2 different locker rooms, like for athletics. We had 2 gyms.
2 different towns, Tennessee Yarmouth, so people know.
Right. So I used to go to, sometimes they would lock the doors, sometimes they wouldn't, and I would go, that would be my first stop. I'd go to like the upper gym locker rooms, and I'd go fucking in the corner, and nobody would ever come in or bug me. So I'd find like specific, like toilets and shit that I thought would be good to go on. And at one point, I was so fucking desperate that there were teachers' bathrooms too, that were obviously separate from the students. So somebody left the women's teacher's bathroom unlocked, and I went in there, and it was like super nice. It had like a table with flowers, and it smelled really good. And
And you quipped a fucking Marquise cannon.
I dropped a bomb in there.
Oh, that's great.
And it
Dude,
was
well,
great.
that's so true, though. Everyone, I don't know about you, Colin, high school, maybe even college, too, but, like, high school, you definitely had specific bathrooms that you went to.
Yeah.
If you had to,
Oh, yeah.
if you had to drop one down, you had a specific bathroom. You would check that one first. If you were in the area, if you're on the other side of the building, you would have probably another bathroom that you. I mean, that's big time.
My
You
buddy
think about
Sam
that.
taught me about how to lay a seat too, which is you take the toilet paper and cover
I never
the
did
whole-
that.
And cover.
I
the
would do
whole
a
seat.
wipe. I would do a clean wipe.
That's just spreading the germs out. So
No.
what I would do is I would just take the toilet paper and put it all over. And I'm telling you, it's a lot more comfy too. Super comfy, and it prevents
Yeah,
the
you put a good
cold
cushion.
feeling on like your legs and butt.
Yeah, that's
I'm telling you, it's great. I mean, it's so great. It turned into a friggin' business venture for some of the public bathrooms that we see with like you pull out like it's like paper
The
tissue.
U-shaped thing.
Yeah, it's like the U-shaped thing, I would never use that because that looks awful and uncomfortable. Toilet paper's soft,
So this was your senior year of high school.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
started pooping.
I mean, like, sometimes I'd just poop my pants, but
Yeah. I pooped once. Anyways, well, that'll be it for the next episode. Something that is a little new segment I think that we wanted to we delve into. We created.
What
here
is delve?
Delve means basically dive.
can you look that up?
Delve.
Define parentheses thing.
You have to say no. You have to say it like this.
DELVE.
You have to say this. Colin, can we look that up? You have to basically just announce as if he's
Delve.
far away.
Reach inside. Oh my
Yeah.
god! I didn't think it was a word.
It's a great word I love to use.
Yeah, good for you. All right, cool.
Instead of dive into this conversation, let's delve into this conversation.
Wow,
about
Let's just dig it. Let's excavate it.
I
into
just
this
thought you were like
conversation.
making that up the whole time, and I was like, well, it makes sense, but I don't know if that's a word.
100%. I graduated from a really big organization called Bridgewater State University. It's
Yeah,
not an
I'm
organization.
familiar.
It's an institution.
I'm
Shout out
familiar.
Bears. All right, so this new segment we want to do. Someone's
Turn.
getting a call. That's real unprofessional.
Wow. Dude.
I
Wow.
have the sound off.
Oh,
Oh, it's
well.
coming through the speaker because we use a speaker.
Oh, we use a speaker. We're going to shut the speaker
Come on.
down. Colin, can we turn that off?
It's okay.
Colin, can we turn that off?
I'm sorry.
right.
Sorry, Meg. I'll talk to you later.
That's all right. I know. Casey's hit me up too. I can't text while I'm on the pod.
Look
There's
at you.
no way.
Look at you, fucking
Tom ain't texting no one.
people that are almost married, but not.
Tom's texting his Twitchers. We got more on that later coming up in the podcast when
We're
we're,
gonna take
back.
a quick
We're
commercial
gonna
break.
when we come right back. All right, so really, this whole segment is something I'm fucking pissed. I'm pissed off, right? So we're all going to talk about something. We'll go around real quick. What I'm pissed about I just want to bitch for a second.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm just writing down a few.
He's just writing down things.
Oh, good.
Listen, I'm pissed. I want to bitch about this for a second.
Go.
People that have cool socks, okay? I get it. Do you, like, you know these people, right? You probably know people that you've worked in an office or even just seen out and about. Like, maybe they're kind of a hipster type. Maybe they're not. But you got the cool socks. That's fine. You can have cool socks. I hate when people, though, they got to be that guy that has cool socks.
Dude, look at my socks.
What about
Yes.
the people that show
Check these
them
new
off?
ones out.
That's what I'm
Dude.
saying. Let's show them off. There's
Yeah.
a way about it. If you have cool socks and I notice the cool socks and I say,
That's
hey,
what I
dude,
was
that's
going
cool
to.
socks. I like those socks. And they'll
That's
be like,
cool
oh, cool, man.
socks.
Right. But if you're
Dude, them.
yeah, them's on your feet
Them's?
like that. Great, awesome. But if you're showing them off, if you're rolling up your pants on purpose or trying to flaunt that shit, maybe you have nice style and that's how you rock it. That's great. I have a buddy of mine who actually has cool socks and kind of rolls up his pants sometimes, and he's a good guy. But there's certain people.
He should
maybe,
risk his life.
for me.
No. He should just risk it in general.
Yeah. Well, what could you delve a little deeper into that?
Well,
No, just like
it's
in
basically
everyday
me-
situations where you would possibly be in risk, he should just say yes,
and do
Go
that.
through that yellow light. Go across the crosswalk.
Because-
He probably does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, my whole thing is
Am I wrong? Or?
No, you're right.
All right, cool.
listen, it just pisses me off when people. It's just a whole thing. I think it's a whole hipster thing. They kind of. I don't know. Am I turning into my dad? Maybe. Go ahead. Who's next?
No. What?
That's it. No, that's
No,
it.
I think you're right, man. I think you're right.
You get
Socks-
angry at people when you get a little older. Of just like you're fucking trying too hard, dude. I'm wearing a shirt and letting my belly hang out. I'm wearing a fucking
It's
belly tank
no,
top.
It's social peacocking. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
flaunt it.
Ooh, look at these accessories.
Yeah.
It's if it's a pair of earrings, I will look at them. I'll comment on them. If it's your
Yeah.
socks, I'll look at them. I'll comment on
Right.
them.
I mean, socks is underwear, essentially.
Yeah.
Socks is underwear.
We don't need to see them.
Underwear
Yeah,
for your feet.
We don't. Anyways, that's my bit. I'm
No, I
pissed
totally
off about
feel
that.
you. I totally
Anyone
feel
else
you.
got anything
Colin
about that?
has. I know Colin has something.
Oh yeah, just the fucking. Can we just talk for a second about just the general, like, psychiatric damage that is done to you, just by having to drive through Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
insane. It's
Well,
just
you
like
guys live in an area
it's-
too. You
it's-
guys live in Somerville, so you're always in the shit of it.
Just one ways everywhere.
Because if I'm so when I'm working, like, I don't know, recently I haven't been working deep into Boston. I've been like, I live in Brighton, so I'm like the other way, like in Newton or like Metro West or wherever the fuck
Yeah.
I'm going. So traffic can be bad sometimes, but it's not like tunnel traffic on 93. That's
insane.
not for our Bangladesh viewers. Not trying to diss them. That's just a very specific Boston thing. If you can hang tight, please keep listening. We love you. Shout out. Tom, you got anything that pissed you off lately?
No.
You've been pretty good, man. Tom's been in a happy place. I think we want to talk about this. Tom has
Yeah.
found something of passion of his that you've been doing for a little while. But
Yeah.
this passion is leading to some opportunities that might
breakthrough.
be more than just a passion project. This might be something real for you.
Yeah.
Tell
you
us
talking
about
the streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I stream a lot on Twitch, and it's great. I have a lot of followers and viewers. It's cool. I shouldn't say a lot. I average like 10, which probably could be considered a lot to some people. I consider it a lot, needless to say. So anyways, I actually took up an opportunity with I'm going to call them an organization. They're based out of Florida called Streamer House. And what it is basically a fucking huge mansion in Orlando with like 5 or 6 dudes. And they've been streaming straight for about 6 years now, never turned their channel off. They make it.
Holy shit.
They have like 600,000 followers on Twitch. They have about 1,200 to 1,500 people watching them at every second, no matter what hour of the day. And they hit me up to come down there for anywhere between like 2 weeks to 4 weeks, and I guess kind of like do like a running tryout, just to see if things are going to work out and if they want me full time. Which means I would have to move down to Florida. And I don't know how soon that would happen, and I don't know. I just have no idea like what to expect.
You're
But
just playing it by ear.
playing it by ear. It's a fucking phenomenal opportunity for me to like grow my channel, my viewers, and maybe come on board like a really cool set of dudes and and a part of that organization. But on their website, it's fucking sick. And I don't know if
Let's go to their website. Pull it up.
Before we get too deep into the weeds,
Yeah.
we all know what Twitch is. I know what streaming is.
Yeah.
Oh, I had questions
A year
too,
ago,
yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
Twitch and what is streaming?
And what do you do on it specifically?
So Twitch is an online platform. All right, let me lead off by saying this: Twitch has more viewers on their platform than HBO and Netflix in general. So this is not something that is like completely out of the blue. This is something that is
Network.
This is something that is very globally known. For video gamers, there's actually a lot of podcasts on there. We're going to try to get our podcast on there as well. Live stream it. Hopefully when we kind of get like a better computer, because Collins is a little finicky. Knock on wood. Fuck.
Colin, your computer fucking sucks, dude.
2009, and it fell off my
Really?
car on the way home from college on the highway, and I got it back a month later, and it still works. You guys are all listening to this through this Mac.
So I stream video games on Twitch, and it has like my face on there, and I just like talk shit to people and like just fuck with people, you know? Like
What
it's
video
almost
games you play, or like
a
what
lot
have
of
you been
a
playing
lot of this
now?
game called PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. I stream a lot of shit. Like, you know, I got into Skyrim 2 weeks ago. I got into fucking I build houses on The Sims 4 very rarely. Like I said, a lot of first person shooter stuff though.
Right, that's big on there.
And Streamer House, that's that. So that dude right there is Zeke. He's the one that hit me up, and he hosted me on Twitch the other day, which was really fucking cool. It's just an insane opportunity. But
Now, my one of my follow up questions is:
I have many too.
You've been doing this for how many months? 6 months to a year? I mean,
I've taken
less?
it really seriously for about 6 to 8 months now, but
Right.
I've been streaming for almost about a year now.
Okay. From that, this guy found you, right? And he wanted to link up with you. And then did he say, we want to bring you down as a streamer, or we want to bring you down as a content creator to help us with? Because I know you've been doing videos, you've been editing things too.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah. I want to know about this. This sounds cool.
Yeah.
I said that weird. You ever say a sentence weird? Yeah, I want to know about this.
Yeah. So he was like,
My buddy used to say joint papers.
he asked me if I was interested in joining Streamer House, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And he was like, all right, this is what he said: we've been getting settled in and everything, and have a room for guest / permanent additions now, and we are actively seeking. Was wondering if you were still interested in joining, which sounds like, I think that was a typo. If it sounds like you were able to come for 2 weeks, blah blah, would it be your best available time? So fuck, that was actually.
But
not
have
me.
you know this guy's legit, right? Like you're not going to get attacked when you go down there and bath assaulted.
not that I know of.
Bath assaulted.
Florida man kidnaps Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
Under false guises.
Not that I know of. I'm looking at all their profiles, and everything's super legit. And they have like 12 or 13 cameras on their website, not their Twitch website, but their streamerhouse.com.
Yeah,
that you can go to and like look at everything. They bought my flights.
that's sick. I mean, I am rooting for you. I hope this works out and it's all good.
They have
for
a
you.
huge audience, man. Plus, they're part
I
of
just
a
hope
team
you don't get attacked and it's not a scam. You know,
No, I appreciate it.
You can hold your own.
I
though.
don't think I'm gonna get attacked though, because these dudes like are personally reaching out to me, and
that's sick.
I see their face. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess I'm prepared. But.
Dude, I think it actually, for some reason, I'm less sketched out that it's Florida than it would be if it was like L.A. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if they were like, we'll fly you out to L.A., I feel like that would be more kind of sketchy, as if it would be more of a scam. But
Colin's watching a news report on them that was on like Fox News, probably somewhere down in
When
Florida.
did this come out?
This looks wicked old.
Yeah,
like can you see the upload date if you scroll?
2015.
Yeah, so this is 4 years old at this point.
Damn, they got mad screens popping though.
Yeah, but they have a fucking sick house. Like if you go to streamerhouse.com, please.
It's in Orlando.
Somewhere outside of Orlando. I'm flying into Orlando. Can you just go to streamerhouse.com? Just type it in. Oh, there it is. Yeah, and then I wish you guys could see this. We'll incorporate that one day.
I know we will. We'll have to get the screen sharing kind of thing, right? You can do that.
Yeah, it's easy. Wow, this is.
So, question: is it just one stream and everyone takes like shifts?
Yes.
Or is there multiple channels?
No, that's exactly what you just described.
Oh, that's kind of
cool.
cool.
Click about on the top left.
I guess I wouldn't.
So
even
you see that apply button? Back in like October, I applied. I was like, "Fuck it, why not?"
Oh, nice.
And then they hit me up last week, and I was like, what? Yeah.
It took a while,
but
but
this
they got
dude,
back
but
to you.
one of the dudes followed me like months ago and was like asking me a bunch of questions. I'm assuming they had been, click our home.
They're grooming you.
They
they had been
assuming
kinda
they had been
interested
like
in you.
watching me or whatever, you know.
Okay, tell
So
me.
that's if you look at those that's a live video feed right there. See that dude top right? He's streaming right now. You just saw it on the Twitch website.
Oh, so click on one of those live streams.
You can. It's not like
you can't.
no. They're just embedded into the website.
Oh.
Yeah, but pretty cool stuff, dude.
But you
It's
can't see
fucking
the
exciting.
24/7 house cams.
What do you just did? You were looking at it right there.
Oh, but
That's
you
it.
can't. You can't click on them.
No,
Can you zoom in?
no.
Why?
They look somewhat live-ish.
Yeah. Well, no, it didn't look like anyone was walking around.
To me, it just looks like pictures.
Yeah. Look at the pool. Is the water moving?
I can't see that far. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it's pictures.
No, man, those are streams. You can look at the dude's screen moving on the
Anyways,
top right.
that's sick. No, that's cool.
Maybe your fucking shit is just bugged, but I know that these are live streams, and hence the 24/7 house cams are live. Like,
So
where else
what would
you watch them?
I mean, I guess for this, right? You're just going down to just figure it out, see what happens.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I got some
you're
time. Why not?
you're in a place in your life right now where you're able to do that, which is great. You're young. You know, you had a job, right? And now you've moved on from that,
Yes.
and you're kind of like, well, let me try some shit out that I might want to do.
Yeah, just exploring opportunities, man. That's what it's about.
And what would your goal be with this? Or would this be something where you would want to go full-time with this if you got the
I have
opportunity?
no idea, man. If I like what I see, then maybe,
Hell yeah.
it'd be a weird transition to move down to Florida, considering I don't really love warm weather.
Definitely. Oh, really? You like the cold more?
I mean, I'm born and raised up here, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But we'll see, dude. They're affiliated with Team NVIDIA, which would be that's my main goal, man, to be a part of Team NVIDIA after that. And NVIDIA is like a huge name in computer games.
Okay. Dope.
They make like all the graphics cards and
I could
all
see
that
you
shit.
in that world. I really could. I think you'll be successful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anyways, Tom and I have known each other for a very long time. 15 years, 17 years, 24 years. It's just going to be up and up from here. Colin and I,
it's
we've
only
known
growing.
each other for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. It's all here at this podcast, at All Other Inquiries, we're all about growing. We're all about every time we come back to something, it's more and more. We love it. So,
yes.
I think Tom had something you wanted to talk about. What are you obsessed with lately?
Oh yeah, we want to do like just what's your obsession lately, boys? Like we come across like content and like new shit every day. There's always new TV shows coming out. Like for example, tonight, episode 2 of season 2, Barry comes out. That's something
I
that
need to watch Barry.
fucking
Yeah, you
unreal,
do.
dude.
Yeah, you do.
Unreal.
I need to watch it. HBO or Showtime?
HBO. But it's on HBO. But that's not what I was gonna say. Like I'm just saying, like that's just a small example of.
It
like,
can be anything, right? It doesn't have to be TV shows.
100%. But
Okay.
in this specific situation, it is. I found a YouTube channel called All Things Comedy, which you said that
Yep.
you had found for a while, and I specifically have been watching a show called Something's Burning. And it's run by Bert. I don't know how to say
Kreischer.
It's run by Bert Kreischer, and he has like fellow comedians on, and they just take a fucking recipe and just go to town. And
It
it's
is hysterical.
just absolutely fucking so funny because none of them know what they're doing, and they just have these crazy, hilarious banters. It's free to watch, insanely good quality, and it's just like wicked funny.
And I think a lot of them too are. I mean, they're all in the stand-up community in LA.
Yeah.
For most of them, and
Yeah.
they're all buddies. They're all friends. They're all friends in real life. So they have this banter and like funny, goofy way about them, and just the way they go about the show. It's so unscripted and so it's funny. It's very enjoyable. I love that. Mine is not a TV show, and you can rip on me for this, but dude. So I was sick. I was sick last week. I've been on this for a while, but last week I went into it hard because it actually helped. I think it helps. Maybe it's placebo. Juice Press, right? It's kind of very much basic bitch. Girls really go there. But I was really sick.
This is a store?
This is a store. It's a franchise. I think they're like Northeast. They started in like New Jersey or Connecticut or something. It's like mostly in the Northeast. So I was really sick, got over being sick, and then immediately got hit in the face with fucking horrible allergies.
Baseball bat. I thought you were going to say baseball
and then
bat.
a guy hit me in the face with a baseball bat who was Alex Rodriguez, which is so weird because he has a vlog out right now. So I was going to Juice Press every day. I was getting like a ginger shot. I was getting like this fucking smoothie that gives you energy and has like all good shit in it. And I was getting their like genius cold brew or whatever. So it's like just a regular cold brew with like MCT oil in it, something. I don't know.
Never heard of it.
Dude, next level shit. I've just felt great. I would like every morning would go there, have a ginger shot, have the smoothie, then have the coffee.
The shot.
Yeah.
Oh, those are great.
I mean, it's like obviously the fucking ginger shots are not
those
easy.
Are
you gotta get you gotta get
your nose.
you gotta get
Ew.
used to them. Yeah, because it's
like an alcohol shot. It's like worse.
It clears you out.
Really?
It's like a hot ginger. It just clears you out. But I'm telling you, I stick by it. I like it. I like juice press.
After I saw a bunch of those documentaries on Netflix, just about the meat industry and shit.
Yeah.
And then this one dude who was just taking a ton of medications for different illnesses, and he just ate like crap. He was a businessman from Australia traveling the world, and then he completely switched because his doctor was like, "You're not going to last long doing this." So he just completely switched and went complete juicer.
Yeah.
On like a 60-day tour, 90-day tour or something around the United States. Just sampling, spreading the word about it.
So I think part of it might be a little placebo. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Part of it might just be like the fad of like people being like, "I'm on the juice cleanse." I know, but I guess that was more of like the stigma. Is the word right?
I don't know.
Stigmatism is something with your eyes. Stigma.
The
stigma of like juicing, right? So like. I was like, fuck that.
Is that like taboo?
Like, yes, exactly.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Like girls just love juicing and whatever and fucking. And I was like, yeah, fuck that. And then I got into it, and I actually, at least I thought I was feeling better.
Well, dude, it's like yoga. Like yoga's like a basic B thing.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's like really good. It's awesome. Have you ever done it? It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it hurts.
I haven't done it in a long time. It hurts. I should do it again.
It's hard.
Fucking bad.
It's really good.
Anyways, that's how I feel.
No, juice on, man. I have a juicer here. We can juice right now.
We can juice up.
Yeah.
Let's fucking juice it up,
Let's get
dude.
juiced.
What do you got, Colin? What are you obsessed with?
So I've just been playing a lot of music lately and looping. Musical looping is just what I've become obsessed with. I have a piece of equipment that allows me to, a couple pieces of equipment that allow me to plug in all my instruments. And then you can, hit the pedal, start playing something, hit the pedal again, and it'll just repeat.
Dude, we got to talk about this post-show because I just got a loop pedal.
Really?
Like a couple months ago.
RC2? RC3?
Probably.
Little red one?
Yeah, little red one. Fucking great. But we'll talk after. So
Cool.
We don't want to bore people. But
Yeah. No, that's what I've become obsessed with. There's
that shit.
Artist called Tash Sultana. She's a really good one. She's from Australia. She's like playing the Blue Hills Pavilion soon. She went from busking to stardom like overnight from viral videos, but she's like a prime example.
That's sick.
It's just
I like that. No,
cool.
I love
That's
when
what I've
you
been
get some
obsessed
good
with lately.
loopers. Some fucking good loopers going, kid.
Get some fat beats, some fat beat loops.
So I got a story time.
Okay.
I think this
in the face with a baseball bat.
This whole thing is kind of maybe a new bit we'll be doing is shit you could used to get away with. We're working out the title. Stuff you used to be able to get away with, stuff you kind of couldn't do now.
Shit you can't do now.
Shit you can't do now.
Ugh.
I think so. All right, so it was probably like 2012, 2013. I'm with my buddy Kevin in the backseat of a taxi. We're on Comm Ave going from someone's house or apartment to a bar in Alston, probably. And this guy is like, I don't know, super... he's just from Africa. He just can't really speak English very well. But he's wicked nice. And, like, we were like, yeah, well, you know, whatever we're talking about or what we're doing tonight, and we're going out. And he just goes, smoke? You smoke? You smoke? We're like, my buddy Kevin is very loud. Like, he just sounds like Seth Rogen. He's like, yeah, man. And he was like, yeah, totally. All right, yeah. And he pulls over on Comm Ave. If you know Comm Ave, our Bangladeshian audience does not. But most people, if they know Comm Ave, like, you just don't really do that, even though it's, 9 o'clock at night or something. He fucking throws his hazards on, pulls over in a taxi, goes into the back, like, into the trunk, pulls out, like, it was fucking weird. It was, like, half a joint, like, already partially smoked. and we smoked it driving while he's driving us in a cab in Boston.
Cab, not an Uber.
A straight up taxi.
What year is this?
This is pre-Uber. So this was like 2012 probably, or maybe 2013. Uber may have been around, but it wasn't as prevalent.
Not
we
in
were
Boston.
we were still taking cabs. So we smoked weed. We smoked a fucking joint with this guy driving around. Like, it was so weird. And I thought about it the other day, and I was like, that's just something you could not do now, or you wouldn't. I don't know.
I would not.
No, but I mean, the only time I take a taxi is if I'm in like New York. And I'm like, it's just easier because they're all around and I won't order an Uber. But that was weird. It was just like, holy shit. This is fucking crazy. And it was just like, he's just smoking it, driving. And
The fact that he offered, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean,
that's
if
totally
you were,
cool.
I thought you guys were the ones that were instigating. So.
We were just drinking and we were feeling good and like just be like, yeah, man, we're going to this bar. How's your night? You know, whatever.
You smoke?
You smoke? We just pulled over and he fucking pulled this out and we were like, dude, this is fucking wild.
He keeps it in his trunk. Interesting.
I guess,
so,
yeah. I mean, he could have got in
He's done
so
this
much
before.
trouble.
Oh.
He could have got in so much
I
trouble.
mean, you're talking about somebody that
You get your
can't really,
shit revoked, and
especially if he doesn't
Yeah.
speak English well, he probably can't do anything other than taxi drive.
Yeah. Dude, also,
Can Uber drive?
Side note really quick.
Well, back then.
I've also been in the back of an Uber, completely shit-faced, like almost blackout drunk. And I called an Uber to go home, and I think the Uber driver was drunk.
Holy
and
shit.
he got pulled over.
You
on the
were
way.
in the car?
And I was in the back seat like this, like with my fucking eye. You know when you just get so drunk and you're just kind of like
falling asleep,
muscle control
dazed.
is over and you're just falling asleep.
I'm so bad.
I was
at
like that. I was like that in the back seat. And we get pulled over and we're like really close to my apartment. So like down the street. And the guy, I guess, like was swerving and stuff. And he got pulled over and this cop like came up and was like, "What's going on? You were swerving back there." And the guy also didn't really speak English and he was just like, "Oh, there was a glass bottle over there." And he was like, I don't know what accent that was. "Yeah, the glass bottle over there. You got to look out for that. I just had to swerve."
Is that the Chris D'Elia accent?
Maybe. I don't know. And mixed with Kroll Show. And so we got away with it. The cop was just like, "All right, fucking knock it off." The guy was probably wasted, but I was too drunk to notice, I think.
Dude, that's
And
wild.
Casey was like, I think that guy was fucked up.
Is this like a 2 a.m. ride?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was messed up. But anyways, that's my throwback story time. I don't know if you guys have anything like things that have happened. If you've, I don't know, you get older, you kind of get a little nostalgic and you start thinking about those times when you were like high school, college, and just like the stupid shit you get into. And looking at it now, like either you wouldn't do it now or you were like, holy shit, I can't believe I got away with that then.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff that I wouldn't do now that I did back.
Totally.
That I constantly did back then.
Yeah, that's easy.
But I can't like actually think of it. I'm not like ashamed to say anything, but I can't.
No.
I actually can't like think of anything off the top of my head. I think my story time in this situation would have went back to just finding specific fucking bathrooms.
Yeah, no, that's a good
Like,
one.
Throughout wherever I'd be in public. You know?
Yeah. Bathrooms is very specific to find like the right one.
No, but I don't have any throwback stories for the most part.
No, we'll come back to that. I think that's a good thing every once in a while for people to get to know us, our listeners.
Right.
Definitely just peeing in public.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, dude, I would just pee I did not
Now you
care.
can get in trouble for that.
You get
This
in
day and age.
big
Yeah.
trouble. Yeah. No more of that. That's the only
Oh,
one that
actually,
comes
I
to
have a
mind.
good throwback story. You know what? It's not a good throwback story.
Tell
we
it.
were just driving. I was driving. I was maybe like 17 with some friends at like 11 p.m. And this dude was in the middle of the fucking road on the other side, just peeing. No car in sight.
Wow.
And this is in Yarmouth, back in my hometown, and it was super weird. But we were all like, even back then, we were all like, oh my god, what is he doing? Didn't see any wiener.
No ween.
But, he was just peeing in public. But
Damn.
yeah, I've been with somebody that got arrested for peeing in public.
As have I. We were there together
We were there together. Yeah,
at Bridgewater State University.
and that was scary.
That
Does
man's
he
life
listen? Does he
has
listen to
never been the
podcasts?
same.
No, it's totally fine. Yeah, he listens to the podcast.
Shout out to
He,
you know
what?
who you are.
He or she listens to the podcast to make
Yeah,
it more
good.
broad.
Yeah.
No, but they didn't get like convicted or anything.
Oh, thank God.
They eventually just
That was
let him
scary.
go. But like he did go to the he or she
It's all right. It's a he. That's half the population. It should be.
did go to like the fucking Bridgewater jail, and we had to bail him
Well,
out.
now you're making it more specific.
No, I'm just saying like
That's fine.
they let him get away with it, but
Yeah.
didn't charge him with anything and was let out however many hours later.
It is crazy, though. You think about that, and you're just like, dudes, we just take leaks outside.
Yeah.
Pee on a tree, and you can get arrested. That's weird.
Isn't that crazy? Like, you'd be at some fucking house parties, and the cops would just show up, and you'd be like, oh, my God, I'm peeing. I gotta go.
I know. House parties were weird, huh?
House parties were awesome.
Kind of great, yeah.
Great.
What else we got here before we got a little couple minutes left before we
How fast?
kind of wrap it up. But
Holy shit!
I know we've flown through it today.
How long have we been?
Damn, I
Almost
think we
an hour.
started. Yeah, almost an hour ago.
Well, let's hit some hot topics before we wrap this up. I'm gonna save a celeb story for next time.
Wait, what's this summary before? Oh, no, excuse me, sorry.
No,
No, dude, tell your story.
you think that's a good one?
Bro,
Okay.
we don't need a rush.
I'm not rushing.
Please, it's a great story.
Yelling
Please
at
tell
me.
it.
Oh my god.
Please, no,
No,
we're
I will.
not doing
I
what
will.
we did last week.
All right. So
You got a great celebrity story. Matt's going to tell it.
So this is a celebrity story that I've encountered, as some people may or may not know. I'm a location scout. I work in television and movies that film in the Boston area. So part of the scouting process is we will drive around to different areas that we like and, flyer houses with a letter that says, "Dear resident, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what we're looking for. We might be interested in your house as a possible filming location." And then you kind of wait for people to call you, and you talk to them a little bit, and kind of it's almost like sales. You have to sell them on the idea of like, hey, can I come over and take pictures of your house? And this is now a potential option for filming. If, my boss and the director and everyone likes it, we would go check it out in person ourselves.
Excuse me, I hate to interject, but do you think you'd get fired if you never booked anybody for any locations?
Probably.
Do you think they'd be like,
Maybe.
you're not doing a good enough job at selling? But you're like, fuck you, that's not my fucking job description.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that is,
Never
it
got
is part of the
anybody.
job.
Never
Yeah,
got
if I
anybody.
got nothing, when I
But
first,
yeah,
But
end
you
of
were
the
out
day,
there working.
you gotta
though.
deliver.
I'm out there
though.
working it. I've been getting them.
No, let's say you're much harder working than I'm sure you work very hard, but let's say you work super super harder than you do right now and just never got anybody. Would they be like,
It's
sorry, man,
it's
it's
show
not working
business.
out?
No, it
yeah, get the fuck out.
No,
man.
yes, but I think it would be so rare for that to happen.
Yeah.
Because if you're busting your ass, and it's pretty simple. The process
It's
is
just
like
chance.
you just
It's
put
chance.
Yeah, but you put flyers up on. If you flyer 30 houses in a day, you're gonna get at least
A
a couple
hit.
phone calls.
Yeah.
You'll see on your phone a random number. You'll pick up, and then you got to sell this person once you talk.
Yeah. Do
And be
pick
like,
up,
hey,
do you,
we want to.
Wow, I never realized how salesy.
do you
had
pick
to
up
Yeah.
get
like
with
this?
it,
Hey,
man.
hello, this is Matt Melia.
It's reversed cold calling.
Do you pick
They're
up?
cold calling me.
True. And essentially, do you pick up like, hello, this is Matt Melia, or do you pick up hello?
I'll usually say hello, and then they'll say,
Wow.
Hey, is this
dude.
Matt? "Oh, they'll say, hey, is this Matt Melia?" And then I say, speaking. Yeah,
Speaking.
I throw them with that speaking.
Do you
Yeah, what's your tone?
Yeah.
Hi there, is this Matt Melia?
Speaking.
Speaking.
That's your tone? That
Yeah.
high? All right, it's very
pretty
friendly.
good. Yeah,
Very
it's
friendly.
Yeah. I'm friendly with
Because
it.
if you were like speaking,
No, I don't.
That's
Yeah,
like,
this is
I
fucking
was
me.
like,
I don't. I should basically spit in the phone. So
What do you want?
essentially, yes. So we flyer, we wait for phone calls, whatever. So last weekend, as you may or may not know, with the part of the juicing thing, why I was juicing so much, because I got fucking so sick. Friday night, I got really sick and fever, throwing up. And then Saturday, I was feeling a lot better, but still was just like in bed, kind of like, oh, what the fuck, all day. And I checked my email, and the night before, I got a email from someone who is a Patriots player. And I was like, this... I didn't know that, but it was the same name in the... I won't give away the email. But, the guy's email was whatever, blah, 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 something, at Gmail. And I was like, there's no way that this is the same guy, whatever. And I was all fucked up, sick, and just was like, okay, whatever. The next day I come back to the email, I look at it. He goes, hey, Matt, this is Brian. I'm interested in learning more about the scouting process and maybe being a potential filming location and blah, 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 whatever. So I was still sick that weekend, so I didn't get back to him until like Sunday or something, and emailed him back and was like, hey, Brian, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. This is kind of how it goes. Feel free to give me a call if you're interested for more information, whatever. And so at that time, then I tried to like backtrack and look up where this guy was from. You know,
Dude, say his name.
Brian Hoyer,
Okay.
backup Patriots for the quarterback. Sorry.
Backup quarterback for the Patriots.
Yeah, my bad.
Backup.
Still got fever brain.
He's the
dude.
Patriot logo.
The guy is the Patriot logo, if you're familiar with it. So I ended up getting a phone call from like an Ohio number, and I knew that he was from Ohio, and I was like, oh my God, is this fucking him? This is ridiculous. I answer and goes, hey Matt, this is Brian Hoyer. How's it going? And I heard his voice, and I was like, oh fuck, I've heard his voice in press conferences before and shit. Like I know this is totally him. This is hilarious. And like I don't get starstruck, but like Casey knows this. Like Casey and I are huge Pats fans. So like if anything like Patriots wise happened, like I don't know why. Like sometimes when I meet like local celebrities, like if I saw someone from like that's on the news and I saw him at like a supermarket, I might be more geeked out than like seeing someone like not geeked out, but kind of just like, oh, that's kind of cool. What I don't know. I can't really describe it. Patriots is next level. We fucking love the Patriots. So he was on the phone with me, and I'm like, I'm not freaking out, but like a part of me is like, this is kind of crazy. Holy shit, what's gonna happen? And I stayed cool, whatever. But then he got to the point where he was like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I play for the Patriots. And we actually rent the house, so we're not, I'd have to talk to my landlord and kind of clear it with him. And I was like, oh, totally, no problem at all.
No kidding. They do housing through the team?
No. He just found a house, a beautiful.
He can get traded at any point. So
exactly.
Right,
okay. So he found a beautiful house that has a lot of space and whatever for his wife and kids, and he likes that spot. And he rents for like probably close to $10,000 a month.
That's insane.
Probably, right?
I looked it up. I think it was like close to $8,000 to $9,000 a month.
That's wild.
But if you think about it, he's making however a couple $1 million on his contract, and then he'll be there for 3 years. Who knows if they'll re-sign him or not? He could be gone. So it's kind of a smart move.
Actually, wouldn't you buy a house?
But then
I would.
Maybe. But
looking at it from the outside, and I feel like I would. Anyways.
So,
well, just to get back on the
well, for tax purposes, I mean. So he goes, I have to talk to my landlord. I go, oh, that's totally fine. Just reach out to him. We work with landlords and tenants all the time. We actually, we'll compensate both if it comes down to it, and we really like the house. We'll pay your landlord a fee. We'll pay you a fee as the tenant. And he was like, he sounded really excited. He sounded really like cool about it, everything. Never got back to me.
Aw.
I reached out a couple days later and texted him and said, hey, Brian, any update from your landlord or, what's going on? And he just goes, he hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll reach out to him today. And I was like, okay, great. Sounds good. And then just haven't heard back, and it was almost a week ago.
Yeah.
So I was like,
that's okay. That's a week.
No,
yeah. People take.
We already found the house we're looking for in that area, so it's donezo. But I mean, if he called back, I would want to talk to like the producers or like our publicist or something and be like, can we get this guy on set? Like his kid's a big Captain America fan, and like Chris Evans is in the TV show I'm working on.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that. What TV show again? Defending
Jacob,
cool.
Which is being produced by Paramount. It's based off a book written by a guy from Newton. It was a best-selling novel in the New York Times.
Nice.
And it's like kind of like a crime drama. You can look it up.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we probably already talked about it on a podcast.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
But that's basically, so that was my celeb story. It would be cool, would love to be affiliated with the Patriots organization and Brian Hoyer and be friends with them. That would be cool.
That'd be wild.
Drink a beer.
Yeah.
But
are you gonna like text him a month from now and just be like, "Hey,
I don't know.
Beer?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Can you say his phone number and email on the podcast, please?
Yes.
Yeah,
what we'll do is we'll link it in the description below. We'll put his phone number and email in so you guys can just kind
along with his practice schedule.
Awesome. Blast him with stuff.
Awesome.
But that's kind of it for my story.
What else did we have on the menu on the Google Doc? Let's take a peek at that real quick.
Is it just a plug and chug?
I don't think so. I think we had some other stuff.
We definitely want to plug some social media.
Oh, yeah, guys, go follow our Twitter. It's just search All Other Inquiries. There shouldn't be anyone else. I think the actual handle is Please Dial 0. But go ahead and search All Out Inquiries. We're not too active with it, but we plan on being. We don't really have a lot of followers on it as well. But
Same on Facebook.
yeah, do we have a Facebook account?
Yeah.
Nice.
I
And
post
we're,
on it.
and we're working on
Awesome.
getting an Instagram.
Yeah, we need a good
So
grammar.
we're trying to revamp everything and kind of get it going and make a connection with our audience. And we want to get your feedback. And we want to...
yeah, we want you to ask us shit. Oh, I have a Reddit question.
yeah, let's end with that.
Yeah,
That's great.
I have a good Reddit question. But
Tweet
yeah,
at us. Ask us stuff.
Tweet at
Give
us.
us feedback.
Yeah.
We want to know what
Tell
you're
us
thinking.
we suck, but tell us
Yeah.
why if you're going to tell us that.
be descriptive.
Please don't just say you
Degrade us.
suck. Yeah. Just say you suck
Like why?
because
Tom sounds like a loser, and we
Right.
don't want to listen to anything he has to say.
Yeah.
You know, like it's all good. Just
Treat us like the piece of garbage we are.
yeah. So we're gonna find this Reddit question. It is right, and I don't know where it is.
I can talk about.
Oh no, I took a picture of it. I got it right here. Do you want to hear
Okay.
it?
Yes.
All right. The title of this is "It's Like a Vacuum." Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this. This is a Reddit question by the user ShrimpBoat696. So recently, I've been sitting in class, and out of nowhere, I start to feel as if I am being sucked into a portal. I don't know what it is or if it's a medical problem. Do you guys have any answers for me? And my first reaction was, I think that ShrimpBoat696, I think you're evolving faster than I think you might be maybe 1,000 or 2,000 more years ahead of the rest of the human race.
Right.
And that's my description for that shrimp boat. I think why does it feel like you're in a vacuum? Because you
might be.
You're going through evolution a little bit faster than everybody, and
Have
maybe
you ever
you're
heard of decompression sickness?
And there really weren't any good Reddit questions, to be quite honest. I don't know why you feel like you're a vacuum sitting in class from time to time.
I have a question, follow-up question.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you're getting pulled? Forward, backward, to your
good
feet, like
question.
through a tube, up through
Yeah.
a spaceship?
Yeah.
I need answers.
Have you been outside lately? Have you been talking to people and, associating with others, or have you been
Right.
isolated?
Right.
There is,
Do you sample
I've
different
dissociated
paints,
before.
smelling different paints or
Yeah.
paint thinners?
Right.
Does that mean that you might be schizophrenic or schizophrenic?
Could this lead to
Yes.
bigger health concerns, or maybe, in my theory, some sort of new? Maybe he grows a second nose.
That's what I'm saying.
On his shin.
I think that's more likely. I think you're probably in the right direction.
Yeah.
He might grow a third foot.
We just really don't know, because this could be an
We're
extraterrestrial.
not
being.
doctors.
No,
I wanna
we're
know what's on
not.
the other
but
We
side
don't
of the
know this
portal.
shit.
No, but I think we are, professional evaluators of society. And when somebody tells me,
True.
when I read a question about why it feels like, a kid in high school why does he feel like a vacuum? Well, I mean, I've never heard that before, and I've heard a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So I really think that
That's pretty deep for a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's evolving faster than everybody else.
Well, Shrimp 6969.
Shrimp Boat 696.
Texnaki 69. And
Texnaki.
all people that are listening in the States, in Bangladesh, and other places.
Australia.
Shout out. Thanks for listening. And we're really excited for this future.
Tweet us. What was it again? All other inquiries.
Yeah, just go find all of the
Just
Just go find it and explore. Sometimes I tweet funny shit, like just like fucking with other people, for their views on politics. Because I don't give a fuck about politics. Do you? Probably, but that's not why you're here. So, we also had a candle in the middle of this podcast, and it went out.
And now we
Ghosts.
smells
We
burning
reached the
meat.
end. Yeah, we reached the end of the candle. I called it the endle, and that's about all we have. So,
Thank you guys for listening.
thanks.
We'll see you next time.
Episode 12 coming at you.